We just got a brand new piece of information about Generation 10, guys. Some more news, some brand new news that's kind of interesting. Now, I don't know whether to take this as bad news or good news, so let me know in the comments down below what you think this is. It's relating to the graphics and how the game is actually going to look of Generation 10, because if you don't know, which I'm sure every single one of you guys do know this already, but people kind of low-key hate the modern day look of Pokemon games. Like, people don't really love the way that they look, the graphics, the style. A lot of people miss the older Pokemon games, you know, the 2D, the sprite style, but it's not even just that. It's not even just about sprites. It's more just about, like, the actual graphics themselves. Like, bro, I mean, you're telling me that this is good graphics? This is weird. And this information is from the Terra Leak. So Central Leak said, from what we've seen, Gen 10 Gaia, which Gaia, if you ever see Gaia, that means Generation 10. It's the code name. It's not the name of the game, but it's the code name of the game. And if you do want to know the name of the game, well, I'll tell you right now, it's going to be Wind and Wave. Not Winds and Waves like the Cardinal picture, which is pretty funny that he pretty much predicted that. But anyways, is still using the same engine Game Freak has been using for every main series game since Pokemon Let's Go. It's got improvement in terms of physics, simulation, and lighting, but it's not a new engine. So we thought it was. We all thought it was going to be a brand new engine. And in the Terra Leak, it said there are mentions of Pokemon Engine X, but the leaked builds you see on the game just didn't exist, or Engine X was an internal project name for improvements to the existing engine. So I know a lot of you guys watching this right now are like, why are you even talking about this? This is boring. But it's important because, dude, we could have a Pokemon game that looks like this, or we could have a Pokemon game that looks like this again. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. But we do have leaked pictures, leaked screenshots, a little bit of video footage and stuff of what the game is supposed to actually look like, and it's not bad. So Center said, to be honest, it already looked good enough from its early beta state, which I can't show you guys the video, and I'm sorry about that because this video literally got taken down immediately. But if you want to find it, I mean, right there is where you can find it. But it doesn't look bad. So this is a picture of a couple of different Pokemon. Like, there's Lumineon here, which, dude, they look good. They look pretty impressive compared to Scarlet and Violet, even ZA. It's not bad looking. So even though the game isn't going to be a new engine, it seems like the existing engine was updated, maybe just had like a bunch of new improvements to make it look better. And, you know, we have to debate, is the Switch 2 really the cause? You know what I'm saying? Like, is the Switch 2 the reason why it can look better? Or is it because the OG Switch it couldn't make these Pokemon games look better? I don't know, because we have Breath of the Wild, we have a bunch of other games that look great on the Switch 1, so who knows? I mean, maybe it's just because Pokemon has a lot more to it. I don't really know. This is an interesting poll right here that Centro posted. He says, do you want Gen 10 in terms of graphics and performance? Basically just asking, like, do you want 60 FPS with similar graphics as, you know, like Scarlet and Violet and stuff, just like a little bit better, or go back to 30 FPS with revamped graphics, like completely brand new graphics? I'm low-key surprised that most people chose 60 FPS. I'm actually surprised. So let me know, would you guys want the new Generation 10 game to be 60 FPS and basically the same graphics, a little bit better? Or do you want it to be 30 FPS with completely new graphics? We also have these, which I think is like from the alpha build of the game, which is, it's so weird to see like how they test these games. So once again, I can't really show you guys the picture, but it's basically a bunch of, I think that's just a shiny Charizard, like a bunch of different shiny Charizards. We have a shiny Lucario right here. We have a Pikachu that I don't think is shiny. Shiny Pikachu is low-key hard to like spot and everything. But then we have their trainers. There's another trainer just standing with just a ton of different Pokemon standing in a row, I guess. So maybe the developers could like walk up and down the row of Pokemon. What is cool, this is coming out of the Charizard tail, which is fire. We have more pictures to cover up this. It's kind of sick though. It looks like there's gonna be a lot more detail to this game with the specific Pokemon. Like with unique Pokemon, you know, like Charizard, his tail is gonna be flaming. We have another picture of the battling system, which shows a bunch of different Charizards. Once again, I don't know why it's just shiny Charizard. Like it's a ton of shiny Charizard, but you can kind of see like the attack menu, I guess I would call that, the battle menu. And once again, there is a Pikachu in the corner. But yeah, the battle menu is pretty interesting because it looks different. It looks new and it looks exciting, and I'm hyped for it. Here's another picture that I can kind of show you the tail. So the tail, you can see, of Charizard is flaming, and apparently it's going to like actively be flaming. Like it's going to continue to have different, you know, sizes of a flame, if that makes sense. Like a real fire on his tail. It's not just gonna be like a static image, which is sick. And of course, we have the Rotom scooter, which is, it's not that cool. I don't know. It's kind of a lame gimmick for like travel, in my opinion, because I would have rather have had what we were supposed to have which is ride Pokemon, being able to literally ride on any Pokemon. And when I mean any, I mean like literally any Pokemon. It seemed like we were going to be able to ride Charizard, at least, well, maybe not the small Pokemon. I'm pretty sure the early builds or early leaks were saying like the small Pokemon had some sort of interactive feature, but you couldn't like ride on them because that just wouldn't make sense. But you know, you could pretty much ride any Pokemon, and that's how it should have been. I think that would have been peak. So hopefully that happens in Gen 11. But in the background, there are a bunch of huge towers, because we know that the game is going to be taking place in a city, or at least the beginning of the game. My bad. Not the whole game, guys. It's not going to be another ZA. The game is going to start off in the big city. So this is the city where we start off with, which it looks huge. The scale of the game is going to be wild. Like, the buildings are going to be quite literally like in real life when we're walking down a city. Huge buildings. It's not going to be like how Scarlet and Violet had like a tiny city with like, you know, tiny buildings. All I ask is that we could walk in at least a couple of these buildings. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, modern day Pokemon games, buildings are just there just for the aesthetic, because we can't walk into like anything. Hardly any buildings, I swear. So hopefully we actually get to go in some of these, you know, have like whole floors we could battle trainers or meet other people, because there will be MMO features in this game. At least that's what it says from the original Terra leak. So hopefully that still happens, because I would love to see MMO stuff in this game. It'd be cool to see a bunch of people walking around the city or in, you know, some specific buildings or something. Honestly, I'm looking forward to it though. Like, I actually do think it's gonna be really sick. And then there's this picture that is underwater, and I think this is the same picture that was leaked like a whole year ago. Because if you guys don't remember, there was a Lumineon photo and everyone said it was fake, and I think that picture ended up being real. And I can't remember if this is the exact same photo or if it's a different photo, but this is apparently real. And it looks really good. The glow on the Lumineon's fins is crazy, and it's underwater, like full underwater exploration in this game. This is going to be a game changer. I mean, I'll take the Rotom scooter if we could actually have like a really good and in-depth, thoroughly built Pokemon game. I'm willing to take that sacrifice, because like I said, it would be way cooler to have like ride Pokemon. Like, imagine you got to ride on like, I don't know, Palafin or something, if it's even in the game. You could go underwater with them. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff is what I wanted to see, but at least we could still have our Pokemon out while we are able to use the Rotom scooter, because the Rotom scooter is going to kind of perform like this, where we're on the scooter and it's connected to the Pokemon. So like wherever the Pokemon goes, I'm pretty sure like we're controlling the Pokemon. I'm pretty sure like we can still go wherever we want. At least I hope that's how it is. We'll see though. It's going to be a very interesting travel gimmick. Oh, there's actually this tweet that says, in the second screenshot, the player is controlling the Lumineon. The protagonist actually follows from behind on the scooter, which, like I showed you that picture. Lumineon's power is underwater flash, allowing the player to explore the deep ocean. Okay, that's awesome. So that explains why it's glowing so much, is because it's using flash, so we can actually see underwater. Now, the underwater stuff, I've mentioned this so many times, but it's probably the thing that I'm most hyped for, because I can't wait to explore. Like, I can't imagine what's down there. I hope we get to see, like, runes, different relics, or something from, like, the past. Like, imagine we get to find some fossils down there, like some old ancient fossils of, like, new fossil Pokemon that we've never seen before. No, that would be awesome. Imagine we get to have the water-type gym underwater, or, like, some sort of village or civilization down there, or a town, or even just somebody gotta be living down there. There was a leak about the gyms that I mentioned a couple weeks ago or so, about how there could be 18 gyms, one for each type, which would literally mean each type of Pokemon would have its own gym, which would be crazy. So imagine if like the water type gym literally was underwater, or at least in the water in some way. You know what I'm saying? That would be so cool. Like, I want that type of attention to detail. And I'll take the Rotom scooter if it means we could have a better Pokemon game. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the Rotom scooter is kind of lame, but if we could have a really good Pokemon game, I would be so happy. I think that'd be awesome. So let me know how you guys feel about the underwater stuff, because I think it's gonna be pretty cool to see. And then Central also posted this. Most of you aren't realizing the scale of the map. The region is huge. So it's going to be a big map. Paldea is a pretty big map, and this map is going to be at least double the size of that. Like, I don't know exactly how big it's going to be, but it's apparently going to be a massive map. I mean, there's a lot of water. Like, seriously, IGN is going to be furious about that, but there seriously will be a ton of water. So that also is going to, you know, add to the, you know, size of the map. However, other than that, it's still going to be a huge map. What's also interesting is that there apparently is going to be a part of Australia. I'm going to make a whole video about this, but yeah, apparently a little bit of Australia is in the map, which is going to be crazy because we've all wanted Australia in a Pokemon game as a Pokemon region forever. Like, that would just be the coolest region. I was really hoping Gen 10 would be Australia, but dude, maybe it's teasing that Gen 11, maybe Gen 12 could be Australia. I wonder what they're going to do for Gen 11 and 12. It's going to be very, very interesting. But yeah, guys, we got so much more to cover, so many awesome things. Let me know what you're excited about for this game, because there's a lot to it, guys. Like, it seems like it's going to be a really cool Pokemon game, and make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're going to be getting this game announced February 27th of 2026, so it's coming up soon. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications on so you don't miss new Pokemon leaks and news. And if you're watching this far in the video, comment down below Mario, just to confuse people who are not watching this far in the video. Anyways, hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.